Hello, welcome back to Mill Creek Range. Benji here, and today we're going to be focusing on my Winchester Model 1873. This one here was manufactured in 1893, so this September she'll be 131 years old. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be replacing my boat. The one that came in it, if it'll focus on it, is a little worn. It looks just a little, to me just worn out. So I picked up a new one, not a new one, but a new used one that definitely looks to be in much better shape. And I'm going to go ahead and remove this bolt, and then I'll come back and we'll compare the differences between the two. Okay, be right back. Okay, well, I've got the bolt out. This is the one that came out. This is the one I'm going to replace it with. As you can see, this one here's got, it's just a little worn. I mean, it's in pretty rough shape. The camera really doesn't show as much detail. But one thing that I found interesting is this boat has this little spacer. I haven't put a gauge on it to see how thick it is. It's not thick. It's just maybe 1.5 or so millimeters thick. But I know in the past, when I've disassembled the gun and I left the spacer out, the gun would not function properly. And then put the spacer back in, and the gun functioned properly. So there's not a spacer in this one. So I'm going to put it together without the spacer and see what happens. Another thing or difference between the two is on the bottom there is this portion right here. Get it to focus. This here's a little tit hanging down from the front of the boat, but it doesn't extend out. This one, get it to see how it extends out at the bottom. So either this one is broken or worn away. I don't know. Sorry, it's not focusing as well. It's wanting to focus on the rag on the table. But yeah, so let's go ahead and install this one and see how it functions without the spacer. If it doesn't function, I'll put the spacer into this one and see what happens then. Okay, be right back. Well, okay. I'm going to be shooting. These are loaded with the Missouri bullet. They're 4.28 and 200 grain round nose, with loaded up with 6 grain of Trail Boss. I'm going to run 5 rounds through it. I think that's 3, 4. I believe that's going to be 5 right there. Oop. It did not keep the hammer back. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Surprising, it didn't do that with the anyway, it didn't do that with the snap caps. It's not doing it there either. It definitely is giving an issue. So I'm going to go back, put the spacer in, come back, try it again. All you can do is try. Okay, so we're back here, and we will get this spacer placed in there, and we'll see how it does.
6.5 hours later.
Well, okay, I'm back from what I did was just remove the firing pin and place the spacer in. Now, I measured the spacer. The spacer turned out to be 71 thousandths or 1.9 millimeter thick. I've never seen a spacer like that in my other 1873, which is soon to be 145-year-old, or a spacer in my Uberti made, which is a tailoring company. So this is the only one I've seen with that spacer. If you know what that spacer is, what its purpose is, put it down there in the comment, please. Okay, see how she does. Tell you what, I like it. I can actually tell a improvement on its looseness. It's definitely not as loose as it was before, and that's what I was kind of suspecting, that the old bolt was just a little worn and was giving the action just a little slop, and that slop is definitely not there now. It really runs much better. It's a little tight going into battery, and but you know what? I like it. It's really shot like a different gun. So I'm going to load up 5 more, and let's do it again. Okay, well, I typically just run 5 rounds when I'm playing around, testing, checking things out. So, yeah, I like it. I like it. I thought that changing that bolt out would make an improvement, and it did. So, thanks again for tuning in to Mill Creek Range, and make sure you keep your powder dry, and we'll see you on down the trail. See you next time.